Hello YouTube. So this is a per request video from a reply of a previous video that I have on installing this cockpit. The question was how stable, how sturdy is this stand. So we're gonna test it first by just shaking it and then by putting on like a steering wheel and test it. So by just shaking it, you can see that there is some kind of play here, but let's talk about it first in the longitudinal direction and the lateral direction. The longitudinal play or displacement isn't that significant. Basically, the twist comes from, you know, the connection between this T-bar and these two flat bars on the left and right, and it's really determined by how thick or how structurally strong these iron or steel pieces are. The screws and the nuts are doing a good job at keeping things in place. So the flexibility comes from the actual metal pieces that connects this T-bar to this two flat bars. So yeah, there is some play. You can definitely feel it, but there's no sound or noise. And secondly, the lateral displacement or movement isn't that much. I mean, longitudinally you can feel it, but laterally it's pretty good. I guess that's because of the fact that this T-shaped bar is like a one piece, so that you can't really move this vertical piece with respect to the flat piece, because they're basically one piece, right? And it basically doesn't move as long your own weight is sitting on the seat and you're kind of like locking down this whole thing onto your carpet. Then laterally this doesn't move. Okay, next we're gonna put a steering wheel on it and test it. Okay, this is Logitech G29 steering wheel, one of the most commonly used in the racing game world. So let's see how it feels. First, let's test the longitudinal movement slack here. You can still feel it. I mean, if you deliberately move it forward and backward, it is gonna be there. But laterally, I mean, okay, laterally I noticed like two different things. First is that this vertical bar here doesn't really move, but the platform itself does. So there's some play between, okay, it's not really between the stand and the bar, but it's between this this smaller bar that slides into the larger bar. This is like an adjustable bar, so that it's got two pieces. One inserts into the other one. It is the play, it's the room or the slack in between those two that caused the lateral play for this whole platform. So yeah, that is something that you need to think about, and I guess by placing maybe some pieces of paper, or if you have like some expired credit cards, you can cut it into stripes and then stick onto both sides of it. This could be solved. But the longitudinal play, I mean, I don't see any solution to it. It is gonna be there, but I guess when you're driving, you don't really want to move your wheels in this direction, like forward and back. You're gonna be turning your wheels, and then maybe when you turn it to like the ends, like to the leftmost, like 700 degrees, or minus 700 degrees, you're gonna hit on the platform. The force from your hand is gonna be transformed to the platform, and it's gonna have a little bit of vibration. And if that's something important to you, then maybe you should consider something stronger. For me, I have not started playing with this rig yet, so I'll have to see. Okay, there's some sound. I'm wondering, where does that come from? It did not come from the cockpit itself. It came from the fact that my steering wheel is not screwed down to the platform. I just used this plastic clamp, just to be quick. And I guess once you screw it down with some bolts, that noise will be gone. Or not. Okay. Now I begin to think that it's actually noise from the platform. Taking this off. And the noise goes away. Okay, so the noise comes from the steering wheel contact with the platform, nothing to do with this cockpit itself. So to sum it up, there's some, back and forth longitudinal non-sturdiness there. Laterally, the platform, or no, the two vertical bars that, the adjustable bars, that makes some noise because there's some room in between them. And I guess you can do a quick fix by putting in there some kind of filler, like it says, some credit cards, papers, or you may even, take this thing all out and then wrap this inner bar with some scotch tape or duct tape, whatever you like. So I think the lateral issue could be remedied with some DIY magic, but the longitudinal back and forth movement, well, it is intrinsic with this, the sturdiness, stiffness of the bars here, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if that's something you really care about, that's my feedback on it. Yep. Thanks for watching. See you next time.